Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the Crazy Flyer 175 Twitch channel. This is kind of a last minute impromptu stream, but I got started today flying with VATSIM and I thought it would be fun to do a live stream flying with some real air traffic control. Something a little different than what I've done in my past flying videos. So, let's get into it. I'm really excited, guys. Anyways, so we're gonna get started. So I've already got the airplane running. I've already got the flight plan loaded in. We're gonna be going today from Bradley down to Nantucket in the Diamond DA62. This is a nice aircraft by Aerobasque. Move my wheel chocks, I suppose. There we go. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Now I'm gonna be pretty focused on my flying. I don't know if I'll be able to respond to comments, but feel free to leave them. I think once we get into cruise, I'll be a little less task saturated. But now that especially that we got real ATC, I'll definitely be kind of working, make sure we do things smoothly. So we got the airplane ready to go. I'm actually gonna configure here just real quick. We got the flap set, trim is set for takeoff, and we're gonna listen to our weather, get that information, and then we'll call for our clearance. Let's get into it. So let's see, our ATC frequency here looks like it's going to be 1815. So we'll come over here, COM2, dial up 118.15, and we'll get going. Hopefully this is working. Had some issues earlier with audio. Hang on, it appears, oh, let me check the frequency actually before I do this. So we've got Bradley ATC 18.15, 1815, yeah, it's not working. Hang on for a second, guys. So I ran into this issue earlier. Got to disconnect and reconnect to the X-Pilot client. That's a little program that connects my simulator to the VATSIM network. Apparently it is a little bit touchy sometimes with like any changes to audio input while the program is running. So let me do that and get connected. Appears like it's connected. But I am not getting any anything working. Don't know what's going on. Let me go through here, plugins, X-Pilot. Of course, nothing's ever going to go quite to plan at first attempt, right, guys? Okay, Bradley ATC. So I mean, I can get the ATC that way, but I can't get it through audio for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see. And that's just not gonna work. Anyways, while I'm in this one, I'm gonna go ahead and file the flight plan. We'll do a little bit of technical difficulty correction here, hopefully pretty quick. But I'm gonna get the flight plan at least put in here. I don't think it'll make a difference, but you shouldn't technically have to have a flight plan in the system to get connected to VATSIM. So we're gonna go from Bradley out to Nantucket. And let's see, it's about 2:15. I figure we'll be off the ground by about 2:45 Eastern. Let's see, so that's 14:45 plus 4, be 18:45 Zulu. Estimated time en route for today, so we are going 125 miles, nautical miles. We're cruising at about, whoops, that's not the phone I want to. 150 knots, I figured. So let me just do the math on that. It's 125 by 150. Call that, yeah, I'll call that about 40-ish minutes en route. We'll call it like 42 minutes. Throw a couple minutes buffer in there for takeoff landing. Let's see, route of flight for us. So we're taking off out of Bradley. We're going to go direct to Wypor, which is WIPOR. Join Tango 300 to, let's see, where we we're going all the way down to the Mink intersection, which is MINNK. Then we join Victor 130 to Martha's Vineyard MVY, and then finally we join Victor 146 to Nantucket VOR, and then direct. 6 hours fuel on board, 42 minutes estimated time we're out. Be cruising about 150 knots, 900,000 feet can be my filed altitude. And we are equipment type golf. I'm going to go ahead and file flight plan. It is submitted now. Why can I not get my ATC to come through? Let's try it. Let's get on like their ground control, or let's see, what do they have available here for or no, we're in Bradley. So I think it's just Bradley approach. But they do a top-down thing, so he'll be managing ground, tower, and everything. Let's get him tuned up on 1 and just kind of listen and see if we hear him talking to anybody. I ran into this issue earlier and I thought I had it resolved to where we had audio issues. So plugins, here, let's take a look. My ATC, can we get on Bradley? Approach, I think that's the only one we got, right? Yep. Okay. Alright, so supposedly we're connected here, but again, I can't pick up the ATC, and last time, if I couldn't pick up the ATC, if I even tried to transmit or say anything, they couldn't hear me. So I think let me open up this window here in the message console. So yeah, that's really bizarre. Not sure what's going on. Let me try closing out of the client one more time here. Let me check my settings here as well. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why it is not working. Yeah, of course nothing can ever go to plan the first attempt, right guys? Alright, so here, let's go into the cockpit here next time. Let me turn off, let me try cycling this here, just to make sure. Supposedly I'm receiving it, but I don't actually hear it in X-Plane. And I don't know why. It's like X-Plane and the client here don't like to communicate with each other very well for some odd reason, and I have a hard time knowing why that might be. Here, let me just check sound settings here, make sure everything, yeah, like radios are up, environmental, everything should be up. Don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try closing the client one more time and reopening. If that doesn't work, we'll have to restart X-Plane. Administrator. Alright, so I'm gonna turn off audio. I'm gonna switch to a like discrete, or well, just some other frequency. I'll do like the Unicom frequency here. Alright, we're gonna try reconnecting here. Connect. Alright, it says I'm connected to the voice server, but I've got nothing. Alright guys, I gotta restart X-Plane. Hang tight for 1 minute. Man, this really sucks. Okay, I did save my flight plan, so at least when I get back in, it should be able to work. Let me do that. Let me try, I'm gonna open the X-Pilot client even before I get into X-Plane. Maybe that's just has to be the way to do it for X-Plane to want to behave. I'll have to go through and read the documentation, see if anybody else has run into this issue before. But yeah, I see no reason at all that it shouldn't be connecting for us. So let's see. So we're gonna do new flight, DA62 Bradley. We're gonna start it at signature, and I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We're just gonna start with engines running because I already had them running previously. Yeah, guys, this is kind of irritating. It worked this morning, had it worked out. Now I'm getting like delayed audio on my headset now. I also kind of had that issue this morning. It's like OBS delayed it a little bit for some reason. I'm gonna do like a -5, half a second. Let me try offsetting the system audio by like, I don't know, let's try 1/4 of a second. Test 1, 2. That's better. A little bit better. In fact, let's go a little bit more, see if we can get it completely synced. Like -4/10 of a second. Check 1, 2. Oh, that's perfect. Thank goodness. Okay, so we're in. It's connected to X-Plane. We're gonna connect to X-Pilot. We're off the taxiway. It says I'm connected to the voice server now. And I still got nothing. No audio. I mean, maybe they just don't have the ATC running, but they should. I don't know why I wouldn't be running. Last time if I couldn't get the ATC, it wasn't actually working. And now I'm getting audio issues again. Let's try a 600 offset, 6/10 of a second. See if that fixes it. Yeah, very bizarre, guys. The audio issues. I wonder if it's just not recognizing, because I muted the feedback from my microphone through the system, so I could get it through OBS. And I actually had to change that this morning. So let me go in here. I'm gonna go quiet for a minute. I'm gonna go monitor off. Alright, check 1, 2. So now, I'm going to see if you guys can hear me here. I'm going to listen to my own stream for a second, because I had to change. So I'm not using OBS for my microphone control anymore. Check 1, 2. So now, alright, that sounds like that's working. So I think that'll work there. Now, can I get it to connect? Settings. See the push to talk. It should be using my headphones as feedback device, or as the output device and the input device. Should be working. Yeah, it's so weird. This isn't working. Okay. Let me try it one more time here. I'm going to reset X client, or X pilot, I mean. Hi, sorry guys. I swear I try to do more of my videos than work through technical difficulties. Alright, let's listen. Nothing. Yeah, I can't get anything to come through X-Plane. Yeah. Okay. 30 seconds. Yep, enable labels. Why this is being such a pain. I mean, we could try, I guess, just calling for clearance, but yeah, getting absolutely no audio of the ATC or anything. That tells me it's probably not working. Gosh dang it, guys. Well, this might be a short video if I can't get it to work. Oh. So, connected. So let's see. Bradley ATC. I can get the text for it, but I can't get the audio, and I don't know.
And Bradley departure Sierra 176.
Oh, I'm getting some audio.
November 6 Charlie Romeo, runway 24, taxi via Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, cross runway 24, hold short runway 33.
Okay, so it must be working.
Okay, Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, cross runway 24,
right, well,
hold short 33 for
okay, I guess
Sierra
we're working.
6 Charlie.
That's good. I don't know why I can't get ATC, but alright. So I need to pull up that window again so I'll just read off the ATC and write it down here so we got it. There we go. Alright, so information Zulu. We're 250 at 5. 10 miles, few 45, That's really all I care about for clouds. And 2412, altimeter 3011. Alright, and they are using 14 and 33. Or 24 and 33. Alright, so we're at Signature, which is over on the west side. Here, let me update my iPad here. I'm sorry, guys. It's a slow start, but I promise we're going to do some flying. That. And then that was going to be Victor 130 after Mink. 30. And then it was Victor 146 to Nantucket. Just in case I need to read it off, and we're going to save that. Okay, I'm going to go layer sectional, and then I'm going to overlay my airport diagram. I won't really be able to show you guys my charts, unfortunately, today, but it's working. Alright, so we'll expect, I guess 33 would be our shorter run, our shorter taxi.
November 6 Charlie Romeo, cross runway 33 on Charlie.
Okay, we'll cross 33 on Charlie, Sirius 6 Charlie.
Okay. Alright, so we got flaps configured for takeoff. Let's check trim here. Is there anybody behind us? There might be airplanes behind us. We'll do a run up on our way out. Okay. Now I'm going to hide that window. Everything we need. So we're going to go ahead and pick up our clearance. So I'm just going to get ready for that. I still, if I have to get a clearance on the radio, I still use the craft icon. So we're going to Nantucket. We filed 9,000. Let's see. And I don't know if there's anything else we'll really be able to fill in. We'll go ahead and let's give them a call. Alright guys, here we go.
November 6 Charlie Romeo, I forgot if you said this, but are you looking for flight following today?
Yes, sir. We're going to be going out northeast and over to the Boston area, but we won't need it right now. We appreciate it.
Roger.
Bradley, Diamond 9002 Quebec. Like to pick up IFR clearance to Nantucket. We have Zulu.
November 9002 Quebec, Bradley, departure clearance on request, standby.
Roger. I wonder if I need to refile. Bradley 5. Okay, Providence, Newbie, and Depot. Yeah, we could do that. So we'll reroute here, guys. Let's bring this back up. Message cons.
November 6 Charlie Romeo, fly runway heading, wind 250 at 5, runway 24 clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 24 clear for takeoff, Sirius 6 Charlie.
Providence, Newbie, and Depot. And then direct, it looks like. Let's see here. If you're able to accept it, please reply to this message. then expect to read the clearance if you're not able to any questions or prefer different route. Hang on for a second. Let me, before I respond, let me just make sure, I can accept that. I'm just gonna let him know. Let's see, message console. Alright guys, hang on for just 1 second. We're gonna go... okay, that's okay, it dropped out anyway. So we're gonna go procedure, departure. I'm gonna anticipate we're gonna be coming off of, I think I was thinking probably 3-3. So we'll load that
November 6 Charlie Romeo, radar contact, say altitude.
Pass through 1000 for
so it's
06
gonna
Charlie
be
Romeo.
November 6 Charlie Romeo,
Bradley
thank you.
5, Providence. Providence. Oops. Papa Victor Delta. And there we go. Oh, it didn't take it. And it hit didn't hit activate. Oh, come on. God damn it. Come on. There we go. Papa Victor and Delta. There we go. Golly, man. Providence. UB. Enter, accept, and depot. Depot. There we go, and then direct. Alright, so we can accept the route, guys. We've got it. Everything in the...
November 6 Charlie Romeo, proceed on course, VFR altitude, your discretion.
Alright, guys.
Okay, on course and altitude VFR discretion for 06 Charlie Romeo.
I don't know. Okay, go away, go away, go away. Close that. Okay, so we got that. Back here, plugins, Xpilot, the console. Okay, so yeah, we can accept that routing. So I think he's going to read off our clearance here shortly. Oh, we got a little weather over in Nantucket.
November 02 Quebec, I have your clearance, advice ready to copy.
02 Quebec is ready to copy.
November 02 Quebec, you're cleared to the Nantucket Memorial Airport via the Bradley 5 departure, radar vectors Providence, then as amended. Maintain 4,000, expect 9,010 minutes after departure. Departures with me and squawk 7344.
Alright, November 9er 002 Quebec is cleared to the Nantucket Airport via the Bradley 5 departure, radar vectors Providence, Newbie, and Depot. We'll climb maintain 4,000, expecting 9,000 10 minutes after. Departure frequency will be with you, squawk 7344.
November 02 Quebec, readback correct, advise ready for taxi, you can expect runway 24 for departure.
Alright, runway 24, thanks, 02 Quebec. Alright guys, we got it. So, we got the route in there. He told us to expect 24, so we're going to go ahead, we'll change that, so we'll go procedure.
Good day, November 254 Delta Alpha, Diamond DA62, requesting clearance Nantucket as well.
November 254 Delta Alpha, Bradley departure
And
clearance
that's
on
in
request
there.
standby.
Okay, so we still got the route in there. I'm just going to, in case anything wonky goes on with the sim, I'm just going to store that flight plan, just in case we need to bring it back up for any reason. We got that in? Alright, so we're going to set 4,000. We actually already got 4,000 set. Let's take a look at our departure procedure. It's the procedure that's going to be the Bradley 5.
November 254 Delta Alpha, we just wanted to test out this for if that's okay.
Be a 2-3.
Sorry, we can take the amended.
November 4 Delta Alpha, sorry, say again?
We'd like to try this route, just testing some airways.
Alright, so we
if
got
necessary, take route by Providence.
238 set.
November
So
4
it
Delta
does
Alpha,
say for
roger,
description
I'll get back to you in
runway
just a
24.
minute.
Climb on heading 238 or is assigned and thence expect on radar vectors to assigned route or fix. Maintain 4,000 or assigned altitude. We got 4,000 and we'll expect higher 10 minutes after. That's in there. Alright, so that's a pretty easy departure. We're briefed 4,000 and squawking 7-344. 7-344. Alright, and we'll go ahead, since we're going to be taxiing, we'll throw that on to altitude mode. So we got heading, altitude, we got our course and source selected. Routes loaded in. I think we're ready to go, guys. We briefed the departure. We got the airplane configured. Let's go ahead and get going. I promise we're going flying. Here we go, guys. We're going to do just a quick brake check here. Make sure everything's working there. Working like a glove, or like a charm. Fit like a glove, work like a charm. I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to turn just a little bit of sound up for you guys. This airplane's pretty loud though once you get going. Alright, so we got everything. I think we're ready to go. Go back over to here and we are coming at a signature, I believe.
November 4 Delta Alpha, for your direction of flight, you can either have 7,000 or 9,000 as your cruise altitude. Which would you like?
9,000, 7,000 Alpha.
Roger.
And Bradley, Diamond 9002 Quebec's ready to taxi, information Zulu.
November 02 Quebec, runway 24, taxi via Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, cross runway 24, hold short, runway 33.
Alright, 02 Quebec's taxiing 24 via Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, cross 24, hold short 33. Alright, here we go. So coming out on Alpha, it's going to be a left turn Juliet, right turn Sierra, crossing, and down to runway 3, or no, we're going to runway 6, yeah, that's right. So we crossed the first one and we'll hold short the second one. So it's Alpha, left turn Juliet, right turn Sierra, cross, and then hold short 33 on Charlie. Alright guys, we're doing it. We're using real air traffic control. Oh my gosh. This traffic, man. Worse than ATS. Here we go, guys. Alright, so this is going to be a left turn Juliet. Turn on our taxi lights. Alright, this is going to be our right turn here. Sorry guys. This is going to be taxiway Sierra. And we were instructed that we can cross 2-4. So we're going to turn on all the lights, make ourselves as visible as possible. We've identified this is 2-4 Sierra. Clear on the left, low and high. Clear on the right, low and high. And we were cleared to cross. Anytime we enter a runway, we're always head on a swivel. Looking for traffic. Verify it's the correct runway and that we have the clearance to cross. Don't want a runway incursion. That's at the very least a bad day with paperwork, and at the very worst can kill people. So we're always real careful about that. Alright, we're clear. We're going to be a left turn here on Charlie, but we're...
November 02 Quebec, cross runway 33 on Charlie.
Cross runway 33 on Charlie, 02 Quebec. Alright guys, so we got the clearance to cross 33 on Charlie. Lights on. Double check, clear on the right, low and high. Clear on the left, low and high. We're clear to cross. As soon as we're across here, we're going to do a run-up check here as we're rolling out. This airplane, it's easy enough to do a run-up check while I'm moving. Alright, we're clear. We'll turn the lights off now, the strobe and landing lights. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do run-up check, motor switches for each side. No ECU fails. Alright, left engine. Alright, good run-up on that engine. We'll do the right engine. The run-up in this airplane is so easy, you literally just press and hold a button.
November 4 Delta Alpha, I have your clearance device ready to copy.
British copy 254 Delta Alpha.
Okay, good.
November 4 Delta Alpha, you're cleared to the Nantucket Memorial Airport via the Bradley 5 departure. Radar vectors Hartford, then as filed. Maintain 4,000, expect 9,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is with me and squawk 7342.
Clear to the Nantucket Airport, Bradley 5 departure. Radar vectors Hartford, then as filed. Initial climb 4,000, squawk 7347.
Alright guys, this threw me off. So this runway still exists in X-Plane, but it does not exist in real life anymore. So I was like, oh man, what runway is this? I thought
November 4 Delta Alpha, reback correct. Advise, ready for taxi. You can expect runway 24 for departure.
this is in fact a closed runway.
And we're ready for taxi. November 4 Delta Alpha, is that transfer 33?
November 4 Delta Alpha, sure. You can expect runway 33 and runway 33. Taxi via. Actually, stand by 1 second. I'll get your taxi in a second.
So yeah, so that runway is closed, and so I looked at my chart and it's X'd out, which indicates it's a closed runway. So in real life, it no longer exists.
November 4 Delta Alpha, runway 33, taxi via Echo
Threw me
Tango
off. I thought I was about to screw it up.
Echo Tango Lima 33, November 4 Delta Alpha.
On the runway, but now it's a closed runway, so we're good. Don't have to worry about that one. Alright guys, so just a departure review. So we're coming off runway 5. It's going to be tower side heading, more than likely runway heading up to 4,000 feet. Radar vectors out to Providence. If we have any engine failure on the runway, we'll take it straight ahead. Airborne, if we're cleaned up, we'll see if we can climb. If not, we'll land straight ahead off runway. And if we can clean up and get positive climb, we'll climb straight ahead, attain safe altitude, and then we'll turn back here to Bradley for an emergency landing. That'll be our plan in case anything goes wrong. Don't anticipate it today, though. Got a nice new Diamond airplane. Should perform pretty well for us. Alright guys, I think we're ready to go. And Bradley 02 Quebec will be ready at the end.
November 02 Quebec, roger. Fly heading 220, wind 250 at 5, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Alright, heading 220, runway 24, clear for takeoff, 02 Quebec. Alright, 220 heading is bugged. Lights, pitot, and pumps are all on. Clear final approach. Clear runway, we're cleared to go, guys. Let's go flying. Close out that page. So we got
November 4 Delta Alpha will be ready at the end.
November 4 Delta Alpha, runway 33, line up and wait.
33, line up and wait.
Here we go. Maybe just a slight right crosswind, it looks like. Put a little bit of aileron into the wind. We'll rudder for the center line. .80 knots and rotate. We're airborne. Tap the brakes. Positive rate. Gear up. Once we're about 400 feet above ground, which is about 500 feet, we will make our turn. Flaps up. And turning 220. We're going to activate heading mode. And we'll flight level change. And bring the autopilot on. Alright guys, we're airborne. We're going to
November 02 Quebec radar contact, say altitude.
leaving 1,100 for 4,002 Quebec.
November 02 Quebec, thank you.
Alright guys, we're on our way. Shrink these windows here. With the track IR, it's just easier to have the pop-out windows if you need to adjust something. Now that we're up and away from the ground, we'll reduce our power back to about 89%, 90%. That gets everything out of the yellow. That's our cruise climb setting. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Kind of see here. Providence is off kind of to our left. So probably for traffic, he's kind of bringing us out this way. And then I assume at some point shortly he'll give us a direct to Providence, which is out over here, kind of off our left side. Alright, up and away. We'll turn off the pumps. We'll leave the lights on for now, so we're still in some decently busy airspace. And, you know, there might actually be people out here flying in the sim now that we're on the VATSIM network, so keep ourselves visible. Get my rudder trimmed up a little bit.
November 02 Quebec, proceed direct to Providence, climb and maintain 9,000.
Alright, direct to Providence and climb maintain 9,002 Quebec.
November 4 Delta Alpha, fly heading 220, wind 250 at 5, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Providence.
Heading 220, runway 33, clear for takeoff, November 4 Delta Alpha.
And we'll go nav mode. We'll spin our heading bug around. I'm going to have to reactivate that probably because it's going to blow through that course. Turn on our yaw damper as well. And we got the clearance up to 9,000. 9,000 is set. Oh, we got some turbulence there. A little bit of light turbulence. We'll change in airspeed. I think we're just getting above some of the... There's a little bit of like hilly terrain off here behind us. And, you know, this is actually true to real life. Sometimes you get up a couple thousand feet up and you'll get some bumps.
November 6 Charlie Romeo, any specific destination today?
Yeah, so we're going to actually go up to the north here, the northeast, and then we'll be headed back down to Boston, doing a full stop, city tour, and then back to Bradley.
Fly a little smoother for us.
Right now.
November 6 Charlie Romeo, roger.
Do you still want us with you, or you want us over to Unicom?
You're still in my airspace right now. I'll get you to a different controller in a couple more miles.
Okay. It's probably going to be another 20 minutes before we're headed over to Boston or so. We appreciate it, Sirius 6 Stormer.
So when I looked up this flight to do it, there was Bradley approach, Providence approach, and Boston approach were all working, and Nantucket approach. And they also had a Boston center controller who's also working. So this should be pretty cool. We might actually get a chance to talk to a few different controllers along this flight as we fly with VATSIM.
November 4 Delta Alpha, radar contact, say altitude.
Climb through 2,000, November 4 Delta Alpha.
November 4 Delta Alpha, thank you. Proceed direct to Hartford, climb and maintain 9,000.
Direct to Hartford, up to 9,000, November 4 Delta Alpha.
Alright, my controller is like doing something stupid. Or my joystick. Suddenly so I'm using a Logitech X52, and I don't really use like their software a whole lot. I do have it installed though, but all of a sudden the button, which is it's the button labeled I, if any of you are familiar with the joystick, it's on the throttle quadrant. That's the one I'm using as my push to talk button, and all of a sudden it lights up blue, so I don't know if I like freaked out the joystick. I hope it like doesn't start doing weird stuff for VATSIM. Always something, guys. I'm probably just freaking out about nothing. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, this is kind of my project to get started this morning, figuring out the whole VATSIM thing. So it's a pretty cool
November 6 Charlie Romeo, contact Boston Center 134.7. Talk to you in a bit.
Okay, over to center for Sirius 6 Charlie Romeo, thanks.
So it's pretty cool. So I think I flew VATSIM like years ago, and it has changed a lot. The last time I flew it, I was flying Microsoft Flight Simulator 2004. Was the game that I had. So like they are very legit. So to get on to the network, so I created a new account because I have a new email address since then, and you know I didn't even remember in the slightest what my old you know, ID number and login and everything was. So I created a new account, and so it's pretty involved setting up the account. You can't do it in 5 minutes. So after you create the account, you actually have to sit down and read through their getting started material. It kind of explains the rules and, you know, conduct and things like that. It tells you where to find resources. It gives you kind of some basics of ATC phraseology if you're not familiar. But in order to actually get onto the network, you then have to take an exam. And it wasn't crazy, it was like 15 questions. But you do have to take an exam to kind of demonstrate that you have the knowledge, basic knowledge to get started on the network. Now, I found it super easy. So I've been flying for 10 years, real world, and you know, even longer than that on simulators. So I knew, you know, I kind of know how to do stuff. And, you know, I got through the exam in like 3 minutes. No big deal, but I could understand for somebody who doesn't have a lot of real-world experience, you probably will have to study up and learn a little bit. You know, VATSIM's not one of those things you can just jump on with absolutely zero knowledge and kind of figure it out. They expect you to come into it prepared to be professional on the network, and it's for a good reason. You know, there's a lot of people that actually use this, you know, to help out with training, you know, either with controllers or pilots getting used to talking in an environment. 8 for 9,000. 1,000 to go. So, you know, it is pretty involved, and I was actually impressed with that, and I think that's why it's going to be pretty awesome to utilize VATSIM now, especially when I'm trying to do...
Number 801 Papa requesting IFR to Boston.
November 801 Alpha Papa, clearance on request standby, and it looks like it's going to be a full route clearance.
I've had a few of those lately in the real world with weather. I had to do some full route clearances. I have to write down a lot of fixes and things like that. Anyway, so I think VATSIM's going to be pretty awesome to utilize for, you know, IFR simulation. And I think making some videos for you guys, because it just is so much more real. You know, the other videos were cool, but I was basically just making up what I think ATC would have me do, instead of, you know, being able to actually follow directions and, you know, have to work with somebody. You know, like today, for example, I got a reroute. You know, it's not like I'm going to give myself a reroute if I'm just playing single player, you know. So it really does add that level of realism to the simulation experience to get onto the VATSIM network and actually work with controllers and other pilots. Alright, so we're at 9,000 feet. I'm going to let the airplane kind of accelerate here. We're going to set cruise power at 75% for today. That's their, I think their recommended maximum cruising is 75. I mean, you can go faster. It's not necessarily outside.
And November 1 Alpha Papa, the highest cruise altitude I can give you is 17,000. Would you like that?
I'll take 17,000.
November 1 Alpha Papa, I have your clearance device ready to copy.
Ready to copy IFR.
November 1 Alpha Papa, you're cleared to Boston Logan International Airport via the Bradley 5 departure. Radar vectors Hartford, then as amended. Maintain 4,000, expect 17,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is with me in squawk 7355.
Cleared to Boston via the Bradley 5 departure. Direct Hartford. Maintain 4,000, expect 17,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departures with 2, squawk 7355.
November 1 Alpha Papa readback correct. Advise ready for taxi. You can expect runway 24.
Expect runway 24.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Now, unfortunately, I got to work after today for the next 6 days, so you're probably not going to actually get to see me come out with another flying video until next week. I'll have one night at home over the next 6 days, and it's only going to be, I really get maybe 16 hours at home. So I might have enough time, maybe I'll do one, but I'm probably going to do like an ATS stream. And I think, honestly, that's going to be about all the time for content creation I have, because, you know, that 16 hours, I got to come home, repack my bag, I have to meal prep for the next trip, which is a 3-day trip, you know, get all that ready to go, charge up my company iPad, do all that kind of stuff to get ready for the next trip. So really that 16 hours at home plus 8 hours of sleeping, plus a shower, plus meals, that 8 hours at home is like 1 to maybe 2 hours of free time. That's all I'm going to get out of that overnight. That one single night at home between, you know, training for the next 3 days, my annual recurrent simulator training, and then a 3-day trip. So anyway, so at least I was able to get
Number 801
one good
ready for taxi.
flying video out for you guys.
November 1 Alpha Papa runway 24, taxi via Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, cross runway 24, hold short runway 33.
Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, cross runway 23, Charlie, runway 24.
And the crossing instructions are cross runway 24, hold short runway 33.
Runway 6, approach lighting system out of service. Read back.
Now my ATIS is working. That was random. It wasn't working before, so I don't know, maybe he just didn't have it turned on or something. But yeah, all of a sudden the ATIS came to life. Speaking of which, this isn't like a super long flight, so I'm going to pause track IR for a second. Let's take a look at Nantucket. I also need to figure out, I should have done this before I took off, but I need to figure out where we're going to be parking. Oh, and I'm going to update the iPad here too, actually. So let's see. Depot. Going to insert a couple of these fixes that they have in my route.
November 02 Quebec, contact Providence, approach 123.67.
123.67. Have a great day, 02 Quebec. Providence approach, November 9002 Quebec, 9000.
Number 9002, Quebec, Providence, approach to Providence altimeter 3011.
3011, 02 Quebec. Alright, there we go, guys. So, even though my joystick suddenly lit up the button, it is working. That's good. Be really awkward if it wasn't. All of a sudden I'm lost comms up here at 9,000 feet. Not really. They do have a system where if you're having like issues with your mic, you can actually type.
Number 02, Quebec, clear direct to Newbie.
Direct to Newbie, thanks. 02 Quebec. Alright, direct to Newbie, guys. So we get a little shortcut. So we'll go to flight plan. Whoops, come on. There we go. Find Newbie, direct, and activate. We're already FMS nav and altitude, so it's going to take us to Newbie. It's a nice little shortcut. We'll cut a few miles off. This route actually, you know, I don't know if you can kind of see on the GPS over here. So Providence is over here, Nantucket's over here, so it's not a straight line, but that actually helped. A little shortcut there. You know, this is pretty true what they do in real life. There's actually, you know, arrivals into and out of Boston and New York that all run along like the Long Island and the Bay right here, the Long Island Sound. So it is pretty true to real life. They will actually route you up like this sometimes to keep you clear of arriving and departing traffic into those other airports. Alright, anyways, back to what I was doing. So I'm going to look at Nantucket. So let's see, the ATC is 127.5. 127.5.
Providence approach, good day, Diamond, November 254 Delta Alpha 9000.
254 Delta Alpha, Providence approach, Roger, the Providence altimeter 3010.
Alright, so it sounds like the
3010.
For Nantucket, it's a little bit quiet, and we'll see if we can get it. Alright, so let's see, I need to look at the airport here and figure out where we're parking. Should have done this beforehand. Okay, so it's just a Nantucket field that provides the FBO.
Providence status information, Zulu now current. The wind 170 at 6, the altimeter 3010.
3010, there it is, in the altimeter. So it is like just the airport.
02 Quebec, are you able to depot 1 arrive onto Nantucket, sir?
A-firm, I can do the depot 1, 02 Quebec.
02 Quebec, roger, at depot, expect, actually after depot, you're cleared to Nantucket via the depot 1.
Alright, after depot, clear to Nantucket via the depot 1, 02 Quebec. Alright guys, so he just gave us on arrival. I'm sorry, say that one more time, 02 Quebec.
Sorry, for 4 Delta Alpha, number 4 Delta Alpha, direct depot.
Okay.
4 Delta Alpha, direct depot, I think.
Alright, so for us, we're going to go procedure, select arrival, the depot 1, and let's see, I'm going to take a look. Procedures, Nantucket, depot 1, RNAV. So we're joining at depot. Okay, and there's just that. So I can load it off anything. I'll load it off Norwich. And then... is Newbie on the arrival? It is not. Hang on here. Before I activate. So after depot, I mean, I could just put in the waypoints, I guess. Manually here, hang on. I know how to do this on my Honeywell FMS and the airplane I fly. I don't know how to do it on the Garmin, actually. Alright, so I'm going to sync up my heading just in case this goes terribly wrong. I can put it in heading mode, reset up my flight plan, and we'll be good. So we got a few miles until we hit. Alright, so we're going to select arrival. Norwood, Mink, Depot, Kono. We're going to load. Now, okay, yeah, that worked actually. That didn't, it did exactly what I wanted it to. That's nice. So we're going Newbie, still direct depot, and then you can see here we have the arrival, the depot 1, which takes us to the Condone intersection, Sadly, and then radar vectors, which is just going to be a 060 course that will track, and they'll vector us for an approach into Nantucket. That worked, guys. The GPS made it rather easy to do exactly what I wanted it to do. Love it when that happens. Good deal. Alright, let's see. So we were going to figure out, so after we land in Nantucket, so it's just the airport FBO, so I think there's, I'm going to pull up just the airport diagram here. So the general aviation ramp, it's basically just on the west side of the airport. It's a little bit west of the passenger terminal. So we're going to figure out what runway they're landing, but that's pretty easy. It's pretty much right in the middle of the airport on the west side. There's a big general aviation ramp, so we'll find, it should be easy to find that, and we'll find a spot to park. There's really only one place you can park as a GA airplane, unless you're, got a hangar on the field or something. For transient parking, there's only one place to park, so that's easy enough. you know, they're going to know exactly where we're going. Alright, and let's see if we can get that ATIS.
Secretary, information Papa 1853, Zulu, 1806, 10 miles visibility, sky clear, temperature DT, 2.19, altitude 3012. I left from 124, descending departing on 124, advise you of information Papa.
6 Alpha Tango contact, Boston, approach 133.
Secretary, information Papa.
Over to Boston, see you.
Zulu, 1806, 10 miles visibility, sky clear, temperature DT, 2.19, altitude 3012. I left from 124, descending departing on 124, advise you of information Papa. Secretary, information Papa 1853, Zulu, 1806, 10 miles visibility, sky clear, temperature DT, 2.19, altitude 3012. I left from 124, descending departing on 124, advise you of information Papa.
I have a hard time hearing that temperature.
Secretary, information Papa 1853, Zulu, 1806, 10 miles visibility, sky clear, temperature DT, 2.19, altitude 3012.
There you go,
I left from 124,
2219.
descending departing on 124.
Good deal. Alright, so we got the ATIS at Nantucket, so it's wind 1806, 10 miles, clear, temperature 2.19, altimeter 3012, landing and departing 24. Alright, that'll be easy enough. Alright, so now that we've got that done, what I'm going to do on my iPad over here, and again, I wish I could screen share this with you guys so that you could see what I'm actually doing.
Number 4 Delta Alpha,
I'm
radar
just going to
contact
update
one.
my iPad so it'll include these new fixes on the arrival. So it's depot, and then it was, actually let's just do this, I'm going to pull up this. CONDN for condone. Sadly. Oops. The Flight Plan Go app is a little glitchy sometimes, guys. There we go. Sadly. And then it's just radar vectors. That at least just gives me... Oh, it's Saldy, not sadly. Saldy. SALDY. There we go, that looks about right. That just draws my arrival for me on the iPad here. Gives me some more situational awareness. Alright guys. Heading to Nantucket. I'll start looking around here. You guys have been staring at the panel for too long. Put that left in there. And there's a little bit of cloud layers down there below us. This is definitely kind of day that you want to come out here IFR, not VFR. To end up, you know, there's really, you don't even have a whole lot of a horizon to see out front. It's kind of hazy and cloudy. And, you know, I've been into Nantucket a couple of times now, and in real life, and it can definitely be like this. It can be a little soupy in terms of the sky condition when you get out here. I don't know if I'd recommend coming out here VFR unless it was just a, you know, crystal clear day. So you could definitely end up inadvertent IMC. That Providence over there off the left, I guess. I think that's the Providence Airport, just right in front of the wing, right there. Been there pretty recently too. Do a lot of flying up northeast. Yeah, that's Providence. Actually, that's the airport I think we were actually seeing would be Quonset State Airport, which is just barely south of Providence. So Providence is actually a pretty cool one too. I don't know if everybody watches my YouTube channel. A couple weeks ago I did or maybe a week ago I did the flight in the Bonanza in Flight Sim 2020 around Boston. Providence is a lot like Boston in terms of the scenery. It's pretty cool to fly over, you know, the area there just east of the airport. You know, a lot of sailboats and green trees and, you know, just beautiful coastline. through that area. Alright guys, so I'm showing surprisingly still 30 minutes to go. Flight's a little bit longer than I thought. Although my iPad thinks where does it think I am? Oh, it still thinks I'm going to Providence. So let's see, so we're direct to Newbie. I'll do a direct to on my iPad there, that should update. And shaved a couple of minutes off actually. It's pretty accurate. I guess we still have a ways to go to get to Nantucket. We are cruising pretty quick actually. I filed 150 knots, we're actually doing a 175 true airspeed, so I filed a little bit slower than what the airplane actually cruises at. Let's see, how we doing on fuel? So I topped off, this airplane has a main tank in each wing and also has an auxiliary tank. And the auxiliary tanks are like 12 or 13-ish gallons, I think. So what I'll usually do is I'll burn down once I get from 25 down to 20 in the main tanks. If we come down here between the seats, we actually have these two white switches right here to turn on the auxiliary fuel pumps. So they pump fuel from the auxiliary tank into the main tank. Because the engines don't actually pull fuel from the auxiliary tank, they only pull from the main tank. So when we burn some fuel out of the main tank, we turn on the auxiliary pumps, fuel goes from the aux tank to the main tank, and then we have more fuel. So it's fun when you actually do it. You'll see your fuel gauge will actually increase while you're flying along. It's like magic, making fuel. Not really, you're just moving it, but yeah. We'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll be down to about 20 gallons a side, and we'll pump 5 gallons from our aux tanks into the mains. And also on this stuff, so the rudder trim's a little bit off center there. Just adjust my rudder trim. It's so sensitive in this airplane. The rudder trim control is just ridiculous. Whoa, it just had a loss of airspeed there with a wind shear. Gaining some tailwind. I'll take that though, that'll get us there quicker. So I'm curious here to see if they hand me off to Boston Center, or if Providence is going to hang on to me all the way out until we start talking to Nantucket. I'm pretty sure they had Nantucket running. Do I still have, yeah, I still got the app up here. Yeah, Nantucket is active, so, yeah, so we'll have air traffic control. I think that Providence is probably just going to hang on to me and hand me off to Nantucket. They might hand me off to Boston Center for just a couple of minutes, but we'll see. And there, the weather is actually clearing up. We flew out of that cloud deck there behind us. You can see a little bit of that coastline. We actually are going out over the water a little ways. 9,000 feet, this airplane could probably glide, I don't know, between 15 and 18 miles if I do it just right. So we're actually probably, you know, like, obviously we can make that shoreline right there. As we get further out, if we have, you know, we've got 2 engines, so it takes something pretty crazy to sail both of them. But we got some small islands out there, and then I think that's Martha's Vineyard, maybe? Hang on, what is that? Yeah, that's Martha's Vineyard out there. So we could probably make that if we really had to. But again, we're in a twin, so barring anything. Actually, you know, thinking about it now, maybe I'll wait, because what could theoretically happen is if there were contaminated fuel for any reason in the aux tanks, and I pumped it in the main tanks. That's about the only thing I could think of that would cause a dual engine failure. So we'll wait actually until we're closer. You know, not so far outside of the land area to transfer fuel. just thinking about those little things, the what if. I don't anticipate any issues, but I always fly like something's going to go terribly wrong. Or I make decisions as if something could go terribly wrong. Try to always be conservative. I'm going to grab a drink of water here real quick. Hang on for a second, guys. And I'm back with you. So on my iPad, I am showing just some light precipitation extending from about the depot intersection all the way to Nantucket. So we might get some bumps and some turbulence here, guys, as we're coming through that. That'll probably start in in about 5 minutes, and probably last us just about all the way to the airport if X-Plane will actually depict it for us. Yes, I'm gonna get an outside shot, so watch your ears if you're wearing headphones. Might get a little bit loud. Do a little flyby shot here.
Number 02 Quebec, contact Boston approach 118.2, good day.
118.2, good day, 02 Quebec. Alright, 18.2. There we go, 118.2. We'll switch it over. Listen for a second, make sure we're not going to step on anybody. Boston approach, November 9002 Quebec, 9000.
Number 9002 Quebec, Providence approach hello, clear direct, Sol D. Set to maintain 5000. Nantucket information, Papa current, altimeter 3012.
3012, we do have Papa. We'll proceed direct to Saldi and send maintain 4000 02 Quebec.
02 Quebec, that was 5000. You can expect the ILS from weight 24.
Alright, send maintain 5000. We'll expect ILS 24, 02 Quebec. Alright guys, 5000 set. We'll flight level change about 160 for now. If it starts getting bumpy, we'll pull it back. And we'll reduce our thrust back to about 50% for the descent. That'll give me about 700 feet per minute at 160 and 50%. Alright, and we were clear direct to Saldi. So we'll go flight plan. Highlight Saldi, direct, activate. We're in GPS, so you can see the airplane is, in fact, turning us direct to the Saldi intersection. Now you heard him say we can expect the ILS runway 24. So on my iPad here, I'm going to go to procedures. Pull up the ILS approach runway 24. Looks like it does have Saldi as a waypoint on that. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so Saldi, that basically sets us up for the downwind runway 24 after we pass Saldi. And so let's get the approach loaded. We've already got the ATC and also 3012 is the meter at Nantucket. We'll set 3012. So we're going to go procedure. Actually, I'm going to do it on this screen so it gives you a little more detail. So we're going to go flight plan, procedure, select approach, the ILS runway 24, and I'm anticipating we're just going to do vectors. I might still load it off of Obube. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, we'll load it off that. We're not going to fly the course reversal, and the minimums for the ILS approach are 247, so they'll be rounded up to 250. 250 is set, and we're just going to load it for now. Not going to activate until we get, probably out on the downwind. Okay, and we got IRLS on. That's actually not the one. Let's do, just in case, it should auto-tune, but I'm going to tune up 109.1 just in case it doesn't auto-tune for me later on. Alright, so the approach is to be the ILS runway 24. 109.1, 241 is course. We got it set up for auto-tune, hopefully.
Into the Romeo taxi to park. Yeah, Echo Charlie, get it.
Let's see, so our final is going to be waves at 1,600 feet, going down to 250 barrel minimums. Touchdown zone elevations 47 feet, airport elevations 47, and MSA around the Nantucket VOR is 1,600 feet. After landing, we'll be looking for a right-hand turnoff, probably just whatever the first one available is, and that'll be a real short taxi into our GA ramp. If you're looking for a PAPI left-hand side, they do have an approach lighting system, touchdown zone lights, and high-intensity runway lights for runway 24. And I think that is all I got. In case of published mist, I guess, climb 2300 outbound on the Nantucket 240 radial to UFTAC intersection and hold. And that is the approach briefed. Actually, giving us direct to Saldi is a pretty nice little shortcut here. So I'm going to run direct to Saldi on my iPad. So that estimates now only about 13 minutes until we touch down. Although you could probably add about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes for the approach. So probably about 15 minutes we'll be on the ground. So yeah, so here's our moving map. That's our right-hand screen over there. So you can see we're going to be cruising along to the Saldi intersection. Then we make a turn to 060. That puts us on downwind. And then here is our approach. OBUB and waves are the approach fixes into Nantucket. And we are descending, so about 650. That's pretty close. 700 feet per minute. And we should be leveling off here shortly. After we level off, I'll increase our power back up to maintain flight. I'm going to do a quick sound check on my phone here. I just want to make sure, because I adjusted some audio settings, it's still coming through well. Hang on for a second. Yep, audio sounds good. So funny, every time I start a stream, man, I think I'm ready, fully prepared. There's always some little technical difficulties. Although this time, I don't know if I actually really had any technical issues. I think the reason I couldn't hear the ATC is it probably wasn't turned on their end, and so yeah, that's kind of funny. Everything was probably working fine, and I was sitting there trying to figure it out. They just didn't have the ATC going. Hang on, I'm going to get another turn here, guys. Alright, back with you. Alright, as I'm looking at it, there's actually even a little bit of moderate precipitation now developing, like just over the approach into runway 24. So I'm curious to see here. You know, maybe they'll give me a shorter approach. You know, I mean, I'd be okay accepting it just outside of the final approach fix if needed. But yeah, looks like there most certainly is some weather. Let's be back up here, guys. I forgot to bring my power up. Getting a little slow. Yeah, there's some moderate precip. What would that be? That's like 7-8 miles northeast of the airport. we'll see. Hopefully the weather is going to cooperate with us. This is in the ATC again here real quick.
Ration Papa. Nantucket Tower, this is Ration Papa 1853 Zulu, wind 1806, 10 miles, visibility, sky clear, temperature T2, dew point 19, altimeter 3012.
Still information, Papa. Alright, so let's get some flyby shots. I was gonna do that and then I had a radio call. But we'll do a little flyby camera action here. Love that DA62. Watch your ears, it's probably like super loud. And again, this is the Diamond DA62 by Arabesque, available on the X-Plane store. And the livery that you see there is actually, and I forgot to look up the author, so I apologize if he sees this video. But it's one of the liveries available on xplane.org. If you go to their freeware downloads, you can go into liveries there and see the liveries available for each aircraft. I generally will just search for the aircraft I'm looking for. But yeah, this is a freeware livery available on xplane.org. Hang on for just a second, guys. I got a doorbell. I gotta go take a look here in just a second. Let me send a message to ATC before I can go get the door. Oops, let's pilot, nope, not preview panel. Message console. Oops. Let's see, I need to send a message to, I don't know how to do that. But ATC, who am I on with? This is 18.2. Alright, hang on guys. I'm just going to have to check the door here real quick. I'll be right back. Never mind guys, just a package delivery. That's easy enough. Hopefully he's not trying to reach me. It's usually about the way it goes, right? So how do I do that? If I need to send them a message, the message console. So I'll have to go look that up. I don't want to break something while we're in flight here. So I don't know if I like double click here, but yeah, anyway, that's interesting. So, anyways. Yeah, we're still on AT2. Want to make sure I didn't get myself into a lost comm situation. I didn't think about that if I have to answer the door while I'm on VATSIM. Anyways, here's Nantucket. The island out there. I can actually see the airport as well. So this approach is going to have us basically, or the arrival I should say, it's going to have us kind of fly past the airport. We'll enter a left downwind runway 24, and we'll be vectored for the ILS approach, presumably. You know, I'm not seeing the weather in X-plane that I'm seeing.
Number 11 Sierra Juliet Alpha, Boston approach Kilo 5 Alpha.
Yes, so it's still showing, actually it's even a little bit more now. Just some moderate precipitation about 5 miles now east of Nantucket on the next rad, real time. So, I'm not sure if we're going to see it in the sim or not. I don't know how real-time X-plane is about the weather stuff. Definitely a few clouds around, but the ATC is reporting clear skies, so. Yeah, that could just be some vert from some high altitude stuff in real life that's maybe just not, you know, reaching the ground. In fact, if I look, I'm gonna look at the latest METAR report here out of Nantucket. And it's showing 10 miles clear, so, you know, that's probably just some high altitude stuff, really, so we actually might not get a whole lot. There might be just a cell development out there, but it's not directly over the field, so we'll still be able to land. There's a PIREP, an Embraer 190, moderate chop during the climb to flight level, or up to 10,000 feet. Moderate chop. So I guess it's a little choppy out there in real world today. Alright guys, well I anticipate we'll be getting a descent here pretty shortly. There is somebody on the ground over there at Nantucket. I don't think we'll be able to see him up here, but we'll see who it is when we get on the ground. So earlier today, this isn't my first flight with VATSIM. It was earlier today, and I flew the same airplane.
02 Quebec, descend and maintain 2000.
Descend and maintain 2000, 02 Quebec. Alright guys, down to 2000, we got 2000 set, flight level change, we'll set 160, and we'll reduce our throttle back to about 50%. That'll give us a good descent profile. So I did a flight from Little Rock out to Memphis. It was my first flight today. There's just a tower controller at each of those airports, and actually Memphis had approach control going. And anyway, so I tried to record it, but I was having audio issues.
Boston approach. Clear some request number 1.
The delay in the audio coming back through my headset, so I can hear myself. That's the way I like to do it, because in the real airplane, that's actually how it is. When I talk on the, just through my headset, I can hear myself even if I'm not talking on the radio.
Number Sierra Juliet Alpha, clearance available, advisor to the copy.
But,
Sierra Juliet Alpha is cleared to the Bradley Airport. The radar vectors to join Victor 146 to Providence. That's Papa Victor Delta. That's direct.
I think the GPS will do it.
Maintain 2000, expect 4000, 10 minutes after. Departure of this frequency, squawk tree 420.
Clear Bradley Bradley Airport via radar vectors Victor 146 Providence and departure from Z118 to 2000 after departure, 4000 10 minutes after departure, say squawk.
Number 110 to the Alpha Squawk 3420.
Squawk 3420, zero to the Alpha.
Alright, and so anyways,
112 to the Alpha, back correct, advised of your taxi, expect runway 24, the Nantucket altimeter 3012.
Departure from 5, zero to the Alpha.
so I tried to record it, audio didn't work, I ended up getting double audio on it, and it was like really a lot of feedback and stuff. I think I actually had the audio coming out through my speakers for the monitor instead of my headset, and so I didn't hear any. It was weird because I didn't hear any feedback, but I watched my video and there was tons of feedback coming through the mic, so it was weird. Anyways, needless to say, it didn't work out. I wasn't able to actually use the video, so it won't ever make it up on YouTube because nobody wants to listen to an hour and a half of audio feedback. But we got this live stream going, minus the difficulties at the beginning, and away we go. Alright guys, we're 3,000 for 2. Get pretty close. We're going to light up the airplane, landing taxi lights on, we'll turn the fuel pumps on. And, you know, I've got the field inside. I guess I could call a visual approach if we wanted to. I'm just going to let him actually take us out. We'll do the ILS just for practice, you know, practicing up. So let's see, so the airplane did automatically turn to our vector, which is good, so I'm just going to let it continue flying that. The airplane I fly in real life uses Honeywell avionics, and it will not take a vector heading or track at the end of an arrival. You actually have to manually do heading mode. This airplane will do it automatically, which is awesome. So I'll just let it continue with that. And we are getting pretty close here, guys. You can still see the airport back over there. So, yeah, we'll be on the ground here real shortly. Nantucket. That rudder trim. I gotta go in and adjust the curve or the sensitivity on the rudder trim. I think I've said that like 4 times this flight. But I can't get it to center up, and I would just use my keyboard backup, but like there's enough, it actually won't let me do the keyboard. It just is like stuck on whatever the joystick setting is. So I might even just unbind that control for the rudder trim on the joystick. Alright, there's 2,000, leveling off. We got the power up now to maintain speed. Yeah, there's some clouds out here. Okay. Next plane might be doing the weather a little bit.
Rover 110 to operating taxi.
110 to Alpha, runway 24 taxi Echo, cross runway 15.
24 via Echo, cross 15, zero to Alpha.
I hope he gives me a base turn here soon. I don't want to go out too far over the Atlantic Ocean. Should be coming here anytime. Base turn. That moderate precip, it looks like it's pushing a little bit further off of Nantucket now, so it's actually about where you see these clouds over here in front of me. In real life, according to the radar, is where this precipitation would be. So maybe we'll get some weather. Maybe I'll query him and ask him for a base turn here. We'll give him a couple more miles. Say he didn't forget about me, did he? Let's see, do I still have the field? Should I just call it in sight here, guys? Do the outside view. Yeah, he's taking me pretty far out here. We're like... Yeah, we're about 15 miles outside the past the airport now, so...
02 Quebec, turn left heading 330 vector to the final.
Left turn 330, 02 Quebec. There it is, guys. Alright, 330 and heading mode. I guess I could have slowed down, you know, on the down when there's no point in burning, you know, lots of fuel to go away from the airport, right? I should have thought about that.
Number 110, do that Alpha, you ready to go?
Affirmative, 110 Alpha.
110, do that Alpha, flighting 300, wind 1906, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
24, clear for takeoff, heading 300, 110 Alpha.
A little hazy out here. So yeah, we are about 15 miles outside the airport. So actually, now that we're on vectors, we're going to go procedure. We will activate our approach. And
02 Quebec, turn left heading 5 miles from Oboob, turn left heading 270, maintain 2000 till stops on localizer, cleared ILS runway 24 approach.
Alright, 270, heading 2000 till stops, clear the ILS runway 24, 90002 Quebec. Alright guys, so we're cleared. I'm actually just going to go here. I'm going to go procedure, just to activate vector to final. And there we go. We're going to nav it up. It went green needle, so we're cleared. I'm going to go ahead and we'll arm the approach. We just got to be aware. We got to watch out for any false glide slopes. Usually I don't like to... I guess we are only 10 miles out, actually. That's not too bad. I was thinking we were a little bit farther. I was going to say about 10 miles is the closest.
Number 110, do that Alpha radar contact, altitude passing.
In green needles, because, you know, you risk false glide slopes outside of town.
Passing through 1000.
Especially if you're higher.
110, do that Alpha, thanks, turn right heading 350, join Victor 146, resume on navigation, climb maintain 4000.
Alright guys, we're cleared approach.
Heading 350, climb maintain 4000, on navigation, 110.
There's the localizer capture. We'll sync up our heading bug here.
Number 02 Quebec, wind 1906, runway 24, cleared to land.
24, clear to land, 02 Quebec. Alright guys, we got clear to land. Alright, so we're joining up here. Usually the G1000 has like a wind vector. I'm gonna see here. I don't know what happened to that. There used to be like a wind vector on this. The real airplane at least. Maybe it never was actually here in X-plane. Turn that on for a DV, I guess. Huh, interesting. Okay. Yep. Alright guys, glide slope should be alive here shortly. As the glide slope comes alive, we'll start reducing our power. Oh, this is our distance to waves. Oh, we're farther out than I thought we were. Never mind. Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, of course we're only 10 miles out. Yeah, we're 10 miles out now. When I said that before, we were like actually 15 miles out, 14 miles out. We didn't get any false glide slopes though. So. Yeah, a little bit of cloudiness around. Looks like, you know, like I said, at least it's clear over the airport. We'll make it into Nantucket. Alright, here we go. Glide slope alive. We're going to start releasing the throttle now. Alright, slope's captured. And on this approach, missed approach altitude's 2,300 feet. So I'm going to bug 2,300 feet just in case we have to do a missed approach for any reason. And we'll start slowing down. Gear speed in this airplane's 162, so we can bring the gear in anytime. Excuse me, anytime now if we'd like. If we need to slow down. And flap speed's 136 for the first notch, so we're just going to let it kind of glide in. I never did transfer my aux fuel. Maybe we'll do that here just after we land. We'll get the fuel transferred out of the aux tanks.
Approach bearing 618 Bravo 900,000.
Bravo, Providence, correction, Boston approach, low information, Papa current, expect the ILS runway 24.
Alright, we do have Papa, we'll expect the ILS 24, 618 Bravo.
Air 18 Bravo is clear direct, Saldi, descend and
Alright
maintain
guys,
7,000.
3 miles out, we're going to bring gear down.
Direct Saldi down to 7,000, 18 Bravo.
Below 136, first notch of flaps. Alright, speed checks, we're going to go full flaps. Alright, we got the airplane configured. Slow down about 85 knots for the approach. Alright, coming up on 500 feet, we're stabilized, gear down, 3 green, flaps full, and we are cleared to land. And it's in sight. Alright, bringing off the autopilot. Trim's fixed a little bit, there we go. Good stable approach. This airplane lands pretty short, so it's not like we're going to have to slam on the brakes here. We got plenty of runway for this airplane. Alright, there's minimums, field in sight. Oh, that was a little firm. We won't make that one. We'll go down to the next one. Alright guys, welcome to Nantucket. Alright. What is this? Golf? Bravo. And 02 Quebec. I'm clear on Bravo. Do you want me just straight ahead to the GA ramp?
02 Quebec, Bravo to the ramp. Good day.
Bravo to the ramp. Have a great day. 02 Quebec. Alright, good deal, guys. We made it to Nantucket. That was a fun experience. Actually getting in, using some real air traffic control. You know, it takes a little bit more figuring out. Definitely takes some more preparation. You know, you got to be on top of your game using VATSIM. But it is fun. It's definitely fulfilling. We'll get parked up here next to the Vision Jet. And we'll get it shut down. Turn off the taxi lights. I'm going to give the engines just a minute to kind of cool down. You know, they're turbocharged engines, so usually you want to let them run at idle here for just a couple of minutes before you completely shut it down. But yeah, we made it into Nantucket, guys. That was pretty cool to use the VATSIM network. Well, if you've watched the video, thanks for watching. We'll go ahead and shut down the airplane now. Lights off. It's off, Av Master off, and avionics off. And here we are. Oh, I forgot to transfer my fuel. Alright, well, I'll take care of that next time I fly. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Take care. I'll even throw a little music on here at the end for you guys. Provided the music player works. There we go. Have a good day, guys. I'm still alive. I didn't realize my microphone was still on. Always something, guys.